Hello, Mr. Brown. How are you today?
Doing fine, Miss Payne.
Well, thank you for coming in. Have a seat. Would you like a glass of water or a cup of coffee?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. So I understand that you have some concerns about the reading material in my classroom.
Yeah, I discovered when my daughter brought this book home that I found it highly objectionable.
I'm very sorry. The book is a coming-of-age story about a boy who's hunting a deer, and in the process finds himself and begins his journey into being a man. What exactly did you find objectionable? Was your daughter upset about the fact that the boy was wanting to kill a deer?
No, that's not it at all. When I read the story, I saw something entirely different than what you claim the story is about. The story is about a boy who's hunting a deer, and it's a metaphor for the sexual hunt.
Well, I've never thought about it that way. That is absolutely not the way I would teach it, and I've never had anybody bring that to light before. Your daughter does not have to read the book. The school does have a policy that if you find any reading material objectionable, we will find an alternate, and your daughter could read that book that you approve of.
Well, you don't understand. I'm a lifelong member of the Pentecostal Church, and I've discussed this with my minister, and we both are in agreement that not only should my daughter not have to read it, but no student should be subjected to it.
Literature is special because it can be interpreted different ways. And if you would like, before going to the school board meeting, if you would like to come into my classroom and observe our discussions about the book and look at my lesson plans or read the exams so you can be assured yourself that I am not teaching inappropriate material, then you are more than welcome to come into the classroom. I will send home copies of my lesson plan if you like. I understand why, how you could see a metaphor like that, but it's not the metaphor that is taught to the children. And so I don't think, unless you bring it up to a fourth grader, I don't think they would read it that way. In my personal experience, I've never had a child read it that way. And as long as it's not taught that way, I think the book is completely harmless.
The only solution that I can find is that this be eliminated from the curriculum. I don't think that there's another way around this. I have every plan to go to the school board and address my concerns, and my minister has said that he will come as well. I just don't see this as appropriate for young children to be indoctrinated with this kind of filth.
This is part of the reading curriculum that has been approved by a committee made up of teachers and administrators and parents, and they've all approved the book, so I've been teaching it for years. I've never had any other parent complain, not of my current students or my past students. The children really seem to enjoy it. It really is a helpful book for them because they're coming up on their adolescence soon, and it helps them to prepare for this change that they're going to occur to read coming-of-age stories like this one. Is there any particular parts in the book? I have a copy with me. Would you like to show me exactly what part of the book that you're having a problem with?
Well, I don't really have the time to go through the entire book and show you all of the disgusting parts that I saw. But I can tell you that clearly anybody that is adept at reading metaphor and simile would understand that this book is about sex. That is not something that we need to be teaching young children. That is something to be handled by parents at home.
I completely agree with you, and I'm sure when the time comes that you and your daughter will have discussions at home. You're a very involved parent, and I respect that, and your daughter is very lucky to have a father who cares so much about her. But I still feel that this book is a strong part of my curriculum, and I am willing to give you a list and copies of books from the alternate list that you can choose from for your daughter. And if you like, we can let her go to another classroom while we discuss this book. And I'm willing to stay after school and discuss the book that she's reading with her, so she'll do well on her exams, which I will make separate exams for her. And I'm available Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday after school, or pretty much any morning before school.
Well, I guess for right now, that's the way we're going to have to handle this. But don't think that that's where this stops. I will go through the list, and I will find a suitable reading material for my daughter. But I am still going to address this problem with the school board, and if I can have anything to say, if I have anything to say about it in the end, I will ultimately have this book removed from the curriculum.
Well, if you feel that strongly about it, I will contact the school board. We have a meeting coming up next Thursday, and we will put it on the agenda. And you can feel free to come to the meeting and bring your minister. If you feel more comfortable leaving it up to the school board, that is part of what they're there for. So we can do that, and I will abide by their decision. But until then, I feel that this book is appropriate, and it's a heartwarming story, and the children have already started it. To me, it would not do them any good to stop in the middle of a book and start on something new. So I'm going to continue with my planned curriculum. I will make arrangements for your daughter to respect your wishes, and we will go from there. As of today, it is an approved book, and we have already started the unit, and I don't want to disrupt my entire class by stopping.
Well, I understand your point, but I still think it's pornographic, and what I'm going to do is I'm still going to go to the school board. So, ultimately, I guess we're in an impasse on this issue, but for right now, we'll go the route of dealing with finding some alternate readings for my daughter, and I guess I will see you at the school board meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, I will notify the school board, and I guess I will see you next Thursday. If you could let me know what book you want your daughter to read by the end of the week so I can get started on her lessons, I would really appreciate that.
Well, I will let you know.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.